Hi everybody, it's Dee Slater with Create with Dee, and today for Split Coast Stampers, I'm going to share with you a super fast project here today. That's the corner tuck card. And so when you open this up, you've got a little tuck element that stays here in the corner, and then it allows for whatever image that you want to have to tuck into it. So I'm going to show you the basic layout that you can start with, and then I'll also share with you some other measurements down the road. All right, so what we want to do is we're going to start with a piece of cardstock. This is your 4 4¼ by 11 piece of cardstock, and we are going to trim off 3 inches off of one side. From the remaining piece here, now we have 4¼ by 8 inches, and we're going to score this at 2½. And I've designed this one so that we use this whole element here that we use to trim off is going to be used for our tuck element here that we'll use to tuck into the corner. So again, for this video, what we're going to do is just show you the basic layout of it. So for this one here, we are using some designer paper from Stampin' Up. This is from their Celebration Dainty Designs. And this is cut at 3 3/4 by 5, and that's going to go into the inside of it. You can pick whichever side that you'd like, and that's what's nice when you have a pack of coordinating paper. You can do that, and I'm using liquid glue, multi-purpose liquid glue, and we're going to center that on the inside of the card base. And we're going to take another piece of that same designer paper, and this is cut at 2 by 3/4 by 3 3/4, and I like to mix up the pattern on it. You could make it all the same size if you like. I like to kind of mix that up a little bit. Put that in there so it kind of lines up. And then we also need a piece of the same designer series paper, and you'll start out with a 2-inch square. You'll take your paper trimmer, and we're going to cut it at the diagonal. So I lined it up on the trimmer's track. And when you do this, cut fast so it doesn't snag. And you're going to end up with 2 pieces, 2 triangle pieces, which is great because I'm sure you're going to want to make 2 cards when you do this. And this is going to become our corner element here. You can use tear and tape or some other adhesive. I'm going to continue to use the liquid glue. And if you use the liquid glue, just make sure that you have a nice fine bead on it. And then I'm going to put this up in the corner. And again, we are not putting any adhesive where the diagonal cut was made because that needs to be open for our element to tuck into. And now we're going to take this piece, and this is going to be what is going to tuck. What I kind of like to do is go ahead and put the corner in, or put the element in where that's going to be the tucking element, just to make sure that I know it's going to work. And so I just need to put adhesive on the back side of that. So that's good. And this is where I do like to use liquid glue because I have some play with it. So again, I'm going to kind of carefully tuck that in before I put the adhesive side down. Kind of center that and put that in. And then it's just a matter of decorating it however you'd like. And so here what I did, this is using the Friendly Gnomes stamp set from Stampin' Up, and I used some Stampin' Blends markers to color that, but that's an idea of how you can do that. Oh, and this layering piece here, this is a piece of basic white cardstock, and it's cut at 4 by 2 3/4, and if you'd like, you could get 2 of those, or you would need 2 of those for making this. Alrighty, so that's step number 1, or look number 1 on it. And here are 2 other cards using that same layout. So on this one here, again, you know, I started with the 8 by 4 1/4, scored at 2½, And here I used some layering circles with the same Little Friendly Gnomes stamp set and the Gnomes die. And this time, this is a very big corner element that it needed, or corner tuck. So this started out at a 3-inch square so that I could tuck in the circle. So again, you just might need to adjust the size of your square here that you start with in order to accommodate for whatever it is that you want to tuck. And here's a third one. Same thing, started with a 4 1/4 by 8, scored at 2 1/2. And on this one, let me just double check the size here. This is a 2 1/2-inch square. So I used this one with the Calypso Coral, the dark orange on the outside. That's a 3 1/4 by 3 1/4 square. So just kind of wanted to share with everybody today that you can start out with this basic concept of a corner tuck card and go crazy with it. You can play around with different sizes and shapes and elements that you actually will use for the tucking elements, or the tucking design that you want to have. Just adjust the size of your square accordingly. But here are 3 to start with. All right, thank you guys for watching, and happy crafting. Bye-bye.